All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome into the coffee run with John from ProCraps on Casino Gaming TV. I got Ken here, as you can see. So I wrote him. I said I need to be on the show for a minute today because I have a question that's going to come up, or a thought I had that I wanted to make sure I brought Ken in on. So I'll get your thoughts here on that in just a minute, Ken. But before we do, the daily reminder: keep yourself sane, keep yourself safe out there. Right when you're watching shows, especially when you're watching Ken's show. Filter what you're hearing him say, what you're watching him do, through the lens of, if I was playing this, do I have a goal? Ken certainly does. Does the bankroll support the goal? Is it enough money to hit the goal? Ken tries to make sure that that happens, right? Understand your risk profile. You're playing a high risk, low risk way. Does it match what's in your heart, right? Make sure that you're one-to-one there, right? Identify when it's time to leave. Identify when it's time to lean in, right? The strategy, of course, how you want to play, does it match where you're at, right? You playing a low roller strategy on a $25 table? You playing craps instead of baccarat? You playing the wrong game, wrong place? Make sure you got all that lined up, right? Keep your emotions and your mindset in check. And of course, the discipline is the key. We all know this, right? We all know it and love it. So here's my thoughts for today. Number one, the reminder: if you want to be in the Shooter of the Year tournament, you can be a random roller if you want to. You can be a par shooter. You can be a chopper guy. All shooters are welcome in the Shooters tournament. George from CY is running that thing. Also a Strategist of the Year tournament, which is just you're just going to play on Crapsy and the winner wins. It's like a Crapsy tournament kind of a thing. There's no strategy matters. It's the person that's playing and trying to adjust or whatever. So that's that. You want to be in that, head over to Craps Nation on Skype and get in touch with George. We'll get you signed up, get you in, and we'll start doing the filmings of those things in a couple of weeks. All right. So I don't want to give the ghost away here, but Ken has been doing his 20-0 series, trying different ways to play, going 20-0 if he can, and he switched over to a field play yesterday. And I'm not going to tell you what happens, but he's doing one of my favorite. If I'm going to play a negative progression, I'm going to play the 31. I love the 31. Why? It's got a little bit of a parlay in it, so you get some of that adrenaline rush. It is scoped to 31 units, so you're not going to go martingaling into oblivion or laddering until your bankroll's gone. You're going to put 31 units up. If you win, you win. If you don't, you lose 31 units, whatever that is for you. But 31 nickels, 31 quarters, 3,100, whatever it looks like, right? I like the fact that it's scoped. So Ken's been bouncing around, right? He did a bunch of Wayland stuff where you've got some laddering on the negative side, laddering on the positive side. He did the Horseman, which did really well. He's done the Iron Cross. He's done Jacob from Wager Me. This is hybrid, which went quite a ways. And I'm noticing a little bit of a pattern. And we're going to talk about this in a bit more here in a second. But the pattern that I'm noticing is what seems to be winning, what seems to be losing, and at what point Ken starts to sweat and go, I think we're not going to make it. So Ken, you're in the audience, right? Just answer that question, right? At what point, like, what strategies make you sweat? And you're like, this ain't going to work. Like, I know we're going to get bombed here, right? When you're playing a certain way, does something make your hair stand up? Have you noticed a pattern when you're going 20-0 that some things just tend to have a better shot than other things do? And what's the difference maker? I think there's going to be, as I'm watching it, there's two principal differences, okay? And again, Ken's doing it paycheck style. He's trying to win a few $100, right? 10%, 15, 20% and walk. He's not trying to hit the, felt the back wall there, right? He's trying to just do a nice incremental, win a little bit at a time, but when you lose bad kind of a thing, right? What are you noticing, Ken? And if you're watching his shows, and I hope you are, it's very educational, I think, to watch that, right? To watch him go and not pontificate. He's just fucking playing. Let me just play it, and let you see what happens. When you're watching, do you get a sense of this one's going to win, this one's got no shot? Not if you have a rooting interest in it, but do you have a feeling like, there's no way he's going to win with that one, right? Or are you going, that's going to go 20-0, no problem. Or it's going to go 19-1, no problem, right? What is the nugget that you're seeing in the shows? And from Ken playing it, what are you seeing as the nugget? I'm going to put a theory out here in a minute that I think it's hybrid play. I think the hybrid play is actually, as much as they get kind of crapped on by a lot of people, seem to be the ones that can last, and there's a reason for that. Okay, so ahead of that, let's talk about DI real quick and advantage play. I was talking to JB yesterday. He actually was in the chats, and of course he loves to just give me the grind every so often, right? And I made this statement the other day where I said if I had an the BSR, the box numbers to 7 ratio, right? If I was throwing my BSR, if it was 8 instead of 4. 4 is an average of 4 box numbers per shooter, right? Which means if you're averaging 4, you're probably throwing 2 or 1 most of the time, right? The majority are going to be below the average, right? Okay, that means if my BSR is 4, most time I'm getting 1, maybe 2 box numbers per shooter. You can't really craft a betting strategy on that, right? You can't. That's negative EV. If though your BSR was 8, and I said this, if my BSR was 8, which means I'm seeing mostly 3s and 4s in the box before I 7 out, that might change things a little bit, right? But I made the statement, I said it wouldn't change the way I bet, right? I'd still go 2 hits and out. I'd still go Butterburg style, or I'd still go, drawdown style, or I'd still go something simple, right? Maybe try a double tap and get out, kind of something short term, right? A squeeze play. But I wouldn't go like pedal down. And he wrote me back and said, why the hell wouldn't you? He said, if you had a BSR of 8, a legit BSR of 8, where you were every single time you were getting in the average of 8, so you're 4 or you're 15, right? Because he said, that's the ticket, man. He said, if you could actually do that, that's the ticket. That's the way you make $1 million a year. Because that's an actual advantage, right? He said, blackjack players play with advantage players that have the card count systems down. Their bet spread goes up by 10x. They play for hours and hours and hours and hours. They're all about time. If you had that kind of an advantage for the dice, why wouldn't you be there for all the time you could be there and hammer those early rolls, right? Do a 2-hit, 3-hit and out at crazy numbers like I was doing in the Paycheck series and get the hell out of there, right? The Paycheck series, by the way, my BSR was up about 7. That's why the drawdown won, because I was throwing good. Interesting way of thinking about it, right? If you had an advantage that was demonstrable, BSR of 8, how would you play different than you play? Would you be going for the ceiling, or would you take yesterday's advice and go for 2-3 hits and stop when you have the dice? 2-3 hits, stop at a decent level and play with a little bit excess, right? How would you actually change your play if you would? Interesting question. So I'm just throwing it out there. If you could demonstrate an advantage for the dice, what would you do? Now back to the Hump Day hybrid question, which is hybrid play, right? Ken says, I will be doing Jeremy's hybrid next. It's one of the best hybrids I've ever seen, right? 100%. That thing, there's so much to love about that strategy. We'll talk about it here in a minute. Ken says the IC, you knew it was going down soon. And why did the Iron Cross go down soon? Because it picks a side, right? When you see the unthinkable happen, you start to sweat and you know it's coming, right? You know it's coming. This strategy only loses if I get 8 7s in a row and you're throwing number 6 and you're like, fuck, this is the day. Like, this is going to happen, right? The unthinkable always happens, for sure, at some point, which is kind of fun. But yeah, the Jeremy's hybrid thing is interesting. And I think hybrids are interesting. People say you're playing not to win. I've heard this from all these guys, right? The pass line with odds guys. Hybrids are playing not to win. You're taking up space, blah, 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 right? But they also are playing not to lose. And if I look at a hybrid strategy and look at a pass line person, the pass line we know, right? It's basically a 50-50 bet, right? Your house edge is about 1%, 1.5%. You can play the 25-hour pass line for 10 hours, right? And not even lose $100, right? Your average is going to be whatever, $1 per 100 that you're going to lose. You're going to see that pass line bet resolve about 16 to 20 times an hour. Play for all day long and never lose, right? I would say that person is taking up space for somebody who really wants to gamble, right? But the casino looks at that guy and says, I can rely on his $2 an hour or whatever the hell it's going to be. Hybrid's the same thing, right? Hybrid, you got 110 inside, you got 150 on the don't. Quick 7, you're going to win $40, not a lot of money. If you get a number up top, 1 or 2, you're going to win 35 or 70, and you let your don't pass ride itself out. You're going to be in this kind of a win 25, lose 25 tie. Win 25, lose 25 tie most of the time. Most of the time. You might catch a good roll where the right side bets take off. You might catch a run where if you're aggressive on the don't, You can progress the don't pass bet with like a 1-3-2-5 kind of a thing, right? You have all these options. Hybrids tie a lot. They don't win a lot, they don't lose a lot, but they're kind of like a pass line bet where over the course of many rolls, you're kind of burning time. You're burning time, which is interesting to me, right? I don't think it's much different than a pass line bet, okay? The good thing too is that on the hybrids, there's no one roll hammer. You don't get destroyed in one roll like you do on the right side. You're playing the big ass iron cross, 1-7 wipes you clean. Now you need 5 wins to get caught back up again. You get a quick 7, you wipe clean. Now you need 9 wins to get that. You never catch back up again, right? Hybrids give you a chance to catch either side of it and progress a bet here and there to make it work. I like that part about it, right? Oftentimes, like with my horseman, it takes a very special combination of things to happen to lose, the unthinkable. It happens, but it's not happening often enough where you avoid the strategy. So Ken says he would play Jeremy's hybrid. I love Jeremy's hybrid. Why? Because it leverages your wins. I love the way that it leverages the win and says, look, the next bet, a little bit bigger. I get bigger on both sides and I can get out of there with fewer wins, right? As I ladder up my play, I'm laddering it with profit, not from my rack. You ladder from profit, which is awesome, right? Now your box bets are $30 bigger each. Each win is a little bit more impactful. You can come down way quicker and recover way quicker. I think it's a genius way to play. So anyway, that's what I would say. It does deserve a redo. I think it's one of the ones that has the and matter of fact, I did, Ken, I'm not sure if you saw, I did a Jeremy style horseman where I did 200, 111 on don't pass in the comes. And if I won, I set it aside. The next one out, I would go 300, 150, 150, 150. If I won anything, I go back out 400, 222. And I kept leveraging the wins until my profits were so big. I think it was one of my biggest wins ever in the horseman that day. When I used the Jeremy or I keep saying Jeremy. The wager me this, that way of playing it, right? That I think, to me, that leveraged play, although it's dangerous, you're never risking more than your initial bet. When you're leveraging up wins, you're never risking more than your initial bet. I think it's Jacob. It's genius, right? But yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at, Ken. Is like, what are you feeling like is the thing that you think has a shot? Is it hybrid? Is it negative progressions? The 31 should have done great, right? It takes a perfect swing of, it takes like 9 or 11 in a row to lose because you sometimes win parlay, lose the parlay. You need that perfect swing of like 8, 9, 10 losses in back to back to back to back to get beat in it. The field's a rough place to do it. The 31 on the line, much better chance, but it takes forever to throw it out, right? The 31 on a 6 or an 8 is a great way to do it. Anyway, I'm agreeing. Jacob, I keep saying Jeremy. It's Jacob. I don't know why I keep Jeremy in my brain for some reason, but yeah, yeah. Ken says you need to see a bad strategy to know what a good strategy is. And as you're playing the game, right, as Ken's doing the 20-0 with all these different ways to play, you're seeing the ebb and flow of all of them. Some of these things, I have a feeling you don't worry. Like the horseman, like Jacob's thing, right? You're not worrying about it. You're playing it like, it's gonna be, it'll recover. These are fighters. It's gonna be fine. If you catch the shitty run, you're like, oh God, that was surprising that it lost, right? Where the Iron Cross, I don't think you're ever surprised that thing lost when you're playing full right side. You're playing the Butterburg, for example, like I'm going to play today. Never surprised that it loses the whole bankroll. I would never be surprised if it lost everything because it's all right side. The dark side of that thing is not strong enough to sustain it. It's pure right side. You're going to get aced out. At some point, you're going to catch a shit run. You're going to lose all your money. The same with a negative progression. You go ladder, 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 ladder. At some point, you're going to get 6, 7 in a row where your laddered bets lose and you're out of money. At some point, you just run out of money. So those things make me sweat more than the hybrid or the pure pass line come guys, right? Those things are going to tie most of the time. You catch a good one and you can get out. You have your opportunity to leave. Anyway, I think that's interesting, Ken. I'm glad you're here to kind of weigh in. And, Jacob, wager me. I don't know why I keep saying Jeremy. Good Lord. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. I think you should do it again. I think you should run that one again. And again, I think you should also think about doing the horseman the same way, right? Take the horseman with the same mentality. Put your $500 for the shooter, put your $500 over here. Any shooter wins, gets stacked up on the 500. And the next run through, go a little higher and go a little higher and see if you can ladder that thing up the same way. It's actually really fun to do shit like that. So today, yeah, there is a difference between hybrid play and covering. This is important, right? And I should have Jacob on here again one of these days. And actually, I should have Ken too. Ken, maybe you should come on here one of these mornings. We'll talk about your series and what you're learning from it. But Jacob should be on the show too. I want to talk about this statement because it's very true. Hybrid play in Jacob's mind is not playing to tie, right? He's got the don't, and he's really trying to let the right side go if it can. He's really trying to play a side. He's also very cognizant of the fact that the don't pass could be the reason that he wins, right? So the leveraged bets down there really make a difference. He likes to keep the 7 strong the whole way through, which is an important piece. Jacob's playing both sides of it independently while he's doing it. He's not just doing the tie thing. It feels like that, but his reasoning is not that. Anyway, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm looking for that, Ken, to see you get through it. Here we go. I'm going to go play some hybrid play. We're going to go to the daily paycheck. Now, we lost yesterday. Butterburg will not win every time. Guaranteed it's not going to win. It's not one of these daily paycheck plays. It's not going to go 80% win rate. It's just not, right? It's not made that way. The fact that Jimmy went 20-0 with it, with his twist on it, which was a lay 4 and laddering to the moon, that was a bankroll play, right? By laddering and getting lucky, right? He makes a strategy that's designed to kind of lose, win. Don't take that to the casino. Don't take 20K to the casino and playing the Butterburg with a ladder. That's danger, 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 Will Robinson, as they say, right? But you can see as I play it, right? It's got a special win condition that you need to get your 3-4 hits before it starts to make any money at all. It's tough to get there. Today, we're going to marry it with Crappy. Now, Crappy did a strategy a while back called I Can't Believe This Wins, which is the Butterburg, effectively. It's the Butterburg through the don't come, right? I think who came up with it first, I don't know, but it's basically the Butterburg way of thinking. It's take a hit, come down the number, Crappy runs it through the don't pass or the don't come, and we'll catch some 7s on the end. So let's play the Butterburg Crappy style, or as Crappy calls it, I Can't Believe This Wins. That he actually called the strategy because it's a weird way to play, and it just freaking wins. So here we go. Let's get the light turned on. Let's get the screen switched over, and let's play it out. Here we go. Butterburg. I'm going to turn Win Craps on, so give me a second here to get my computer going. And you want to play along with, not Win Craps, Crapsy. You want to play along with me? I'll have the Crappy or the Crapsy screen set up here in just a second. Let's go to the group tables. We'll go to the Pro Craps Daily Paycheck. Hit the button there. I'll refresh the roll tracker over here. Here's yesterday's money. Alrighty, so let's put this back in the rack. I think yesterday we won once and lost once, right? So that was our thing. All right, here we go. $5,000. And what I'm going to do again, I'll do it with big money. We'll do 700 across. No don't pass, right? So we'll do 700 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. There's the 7th. 156 and 8. We'll get $300 and change. We're going to take our bets down and go through the DC with them. Okay, here we go. Puck is off. Johnny's coming out. And here we go. All right, Ken, we'll see you in a little bit. Let's do it. That was a little kiss of death right there. It's a 6, 2, 8, easy 8. Okay, so the first hit, we leave the bet up on the 8. Here we go. 6, 2, 8. It was actually a 2, 6. All right, 2, 6. Sorry, I did that wrong. There we go. Okay. Get your crapsy bets going. Here we go. Early on, we're going to get pegged, right? We need to get about 3 rolls here. We're going to get pegged if we throw an early 7. Hopefully we can avoid that, and I can show you how this thing works. Oh, look at that. We got an 8. 4, 4, 8 square pair. Here we go. There's the 8. That's the point. Nice. All right. We'll get paid our 175. Okay. First one's the same bet. Right? First one is the same bet. We take the money back to the rack. Like so. After this first hit, we start working through the DC. I'll take that money that we just won, and what I'm going to take part of it, not all of it. We're going to take part of that money, the black chip. We're going to run the black chip through the DC on our next point. Okay? Here we go. Coming out. Another 8, 4, 4. Right back to it. 4, 4. I'll tell you, when I'm on the chopper, boy, sometimes we get them repeaters like crazy town. 4, 4. And a 4, 4. Okay, here we go. We have a point. We won 175 last time. We put $100 through the DC. Keep the change. Keep the change, run 100 through. And this is going to happen for every single number. Now, this is the one that's going to hurt a little bit. This first one here, I've got extra money out there, right? Part of it's from our win, but I'm still fully exposed. I think this is how crappy. I think he does it this way, the first one. We don't take the money out just yet. Here we go. Sorry, the cough is still lingering. All right, Johnny, let's get it done. All right, that's a kiss. It's an 8. Look at that, another 8. Good gravy. 6, 2, 8. All right, now watch what happens. There's the 6 that rolled on me. Come on. 6, 2. 6, 2. 4 8s in a row. Don't say that shit never happens, right? You're laying the 8. God bless you. All right, 6, 2, 8. So now what happens is this. This don't pass is going to come behind the 8. Okay, the 8 is going to get paid 175, and it comes down. Now my next bet, again, will be a black chip through the DC. Okay, the puck's off. I could do it down here in the don't pass. Okay, we're just going to go DC. Now, if I'm throwing good today, we're going to lose all those don't come bets. They're all going to get burned. Right, we're going to end up winning only the change all day long. If we have a normal kind of day, they'll start winning. Here we go. How about a come out 7? What do you think? What do you think about a come out 7? Yes, Skill, I totally know that. I was talking about yesterday, about you and Gargoyle getting into it a little bit. Hey, look at this. Come out 7. How perfect is that? 5, 2, 7. That's awesome. That is awesome. A 5 and a 2. That's great. That is great. I didn't press the crapsy button. I'm sorry. So give me a second here. It'll take 5 seconds for it to come up. Dice out. 5, 2, 7. Okay. So this comes down and it wins. That's great. Now we have a hole there where the 8 was. No problem. Leave the hole. Just play it through. So we're going to catch a point, and we'll take the next $100, which we got from that 8 on the last hit, and run it through the DC. We're still going to work the DC. This is a weird rhythm today with this thing. Normally you get the numbers to kind of come more in sequence than such quick points, but whatever. Here we go. All right, we got us a 5, a 3, 2. Okay, back at it. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. All right, $100. I'll take it out of my greens into the DC. I'd like to have a little bit of a rhythm here where we have more than a couple throws in a row to watch the kind of the chips move around. But here we go. A little short It's a 9, 6, 3. Good. There's that. 6, 3. Okay, so what'll happen is that don't comes behind the 9. 9 comes down and gets paid 140. And 100 into the don't. The 140 comes back to the rack. So you bring your bet back with you, put the win through the don't. I keep the win at a base level. If I'm playing quarters, 10 comes to the rack, 25 goes into the don't. So as you're winning, you'll see as you're winning on the initial bets, and they go into the don't pass, basically the don't becomes the flat part of the profit. Some of the profit comes to the rack, plus your base bet comes on back too. So you're kind of squirreling away money as you go. All right, here we go. That was the second one. You just keep it rolling. Just keep on doing it till all the place bets are gone. You play this till all the place bets are gone. And at some point, there's enough don't action out there that it covers everything up. So there's a 4-1. Let me go ahead and type that in for you. 1, 4. Alrighty. So the don't again comes behind the 5. 5 comes down and gets paid. We'll do 150 for 10. Put the greens in the rack. The bet came down, and I have $100 sitting there for the next don't. Now, while I'm doing this, we can color up a little bit as we go. Here, check it out. There's $500. Okay. Back into the rack. There's 400 in black and 100 in green. That's $500. Guess what? Our bankroll is back where it was. Our starting bankroll is already back in place with just those couple of hits. I've got 100 ready for the DC. I've got 75, $80 here in lock. Really 180 in lock. If I take 1, 2, 350 down plus the 180, guess what? We made $500. I can pull those down and make $500 right now. I'm not going to. We're going to keep playing it out. But you see how it's already generated money? Yeah? Here we go. A 7 here is fine. Makes us $200. It's okay. We're in great shape right now. We just, if those numbers get picked at the top, then so be it. Here we are. We're coming out. That was the point. So we're coming out clean. Only the don'ts are working right now. And let's get after it. Come out 7. Great time for a come out 7 here, huh? What do we think? That looks like a 549. Let's type that in. 5 and a 4. All right, there's that. It's actually wrong. I got it to 4-5, not a 5-4. 4-5, 4-5. And over here we have a 4-5. Okay. Everybody's set and ready. Get your bets on in. So lose a 9. Again, on a good shooter, that'll happen. Here we come again. $100 into the don't. And again, we can't get beat here. Nothing bad can happen, right? We're going to make $80 no matter what, right? This is a bad time for a 7 right here, but beyond that, nothing bad can happen to us. Here we go. Yeah, this is not really a hybrid. This is just kind of a weird, it's got both sides going. It's just kind of a weird sort of rhythm play as you look at it. Right there is a 6, a 5 and a 1. That's awesome. 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. Okay, so that DC goes behind the 6. The 6 comes down and gets paid $175. $100 into the DC. Rest of it comes back to the rack. And here we go. And again, the 7 doesn't matter, right? At this point, I've already got locked profit. So the 7 doesn't matter. We're in good shape here. No matter what happens here, we have two don'ts sitting up there, right? That's going to net me 1 with the DC bet, right? And the 4 and the 10, whatever happens, happens. Here we go. I'd love to knock one of those down. Wouldn't it be great to knock one of those 2 down coming out, though? Here we go. What's our point? Is our point 9? Our point's 9. I got to move the puck. Sorry about that. Boy, this 9. Here we go. Ooh, big giant hit. It's a hard 4. How about that? How about that? That works. Boy, you knock all the numbers down, you can't help but make money, right? 2-2 hard 4, that's awesome. So 4-5 in VIG, it pays $200. Comes down, DC behind the 4, next DC in, 2 blacks in the rack. Okay, we've got our paycheck, by the way. There's 1, 2, 3, 400, and there's another one, $500 in blacks in the rack. We made our paycheck already. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't believe this wins, right? Even when you're picking off don't pass numbers, it still finds a way to win. It's interesting. All right, here we go. Potentially our last one, right? Get that DC set somewhere. Here we go. Nice looking toss there, Fatso. It's a 5-4-9. 5-4-9. Otherwise known as the 4-5-9 because the blue was first. 4-5. Sweet. Don't pass. Don't come moves behind the 9. Now we just wait it out. Okay? We have a 10 working for us. We have the 7 working really hard for us. Nothing bad can happen. We've already made $500. We catch a 7 here, right? We win all of them. We pick a couple of them off. Que sera, sera. Here we go. Can't believe this wins. Very fun way to play. Very engaging. At $25 level, those are, $25 DCs and $10 in your rack every time. It's pretty fun. Here we go. Six. All right, now we're going to start picking them off, right? 5-1. 6 comes down. I'm happy to pick them off. 1, 5, 6. If I'm picking them off, that means I'm throwing good. I'm not playing anything, but it's fine. Here we go. 6-5. All right. Big red set, right? Yeah, I don't have a big red set. I'm just going to try and shoot good. I'm going to try and make money for everybody else here. 11 yo, 6-5. Let's maybe hit the ATS. Let's do that. Let's have an ATS hit. 6-5 yo. My first horn of the day, I think, right? First horn of the day. All right. I guess the point is 6 now. I don't know what I'm doing. The puck, I'm not paying close enough attention to the puck because I'm just not. Here we go. Yep. Let's go. There's a 9. Pick off that one. How many 9s is that? Is that like is that a repeater 9 today? I think it's a repeater 9. 4, 5. I think they've all come 4 or 5, except for 1. Interesting. All right, that gets picked. Can I win one of these bets? Maybe. Can I win just one? I really want to see that 10 hit. I'd love to see the 10 get hit first, and then who cares, right? Let's rock a 10. And I haven't had an 8 yet. Since the 7, I haven't had an 8. Interesting. All right, here we go. I come out 7, banged out the 8. There's a 5. So we're going to pick off the 5. But here we go. Just pick them all off. Pick them all off. Woo! Man. 3-2. Jeez. Boy, a good shooter will kill the DC. All right, here we go. Give me a 10. Give me a 10. 8. There's a 5, 3. 3 and a 5. All right. What I don't want to see is a 4. What, all those DC bets? We had 4 of them up there. They all got picked. And it's actually really good that I picked them off, but you know, good for you, not good for me, I guess. Let's go. Come on. 5, 4, 1. Just playing the ends. We're just playing the ends here. 4, 1. Okay. Let's get that 10. Let's get that 10. 3, 1, 2, 3. Ace, deuce. 1, 2. All right, so does that mean we just need the outsides? I need a 10. I still got to get my 10. I need 2, 10, and 12 here, right? 2, 10, and 12 to make magic happen. Come on, Johnny, you can do that. You can do that all day. Four hard. That's what I'm talking about. Deuces. 2, 2, 4. Sweet. That's awesome. Oh, no. No 4. Shit. No 4. I thought I was needing the 4. Damn it. We picked off all of them. 4, 5, 6, and 9. We picked off 4 don'ts. How about that? It's actually a pretty good accomplishment. As a shooter, I'll take that as the compliment that it is. But dang, man. Nothing like showing a strategy in the worst possible way, right? Gee whiz. How funny. Let's go. Let's go. I can't change the dice set because I'm using these throws as tracking for Bone Tracker. So I got to keep the same set for the next 700 rolls. So I can't change my dice. I will not change the set. This is part playing the strategies out, and part of this is keeping the stats, right? So, and I'll show you the stats when we're done. I'll get to the stat screen right after I finish here. All right, give me a 10. Give me a 10. There's a 5. 3, 2. 3, 2. Okay. All right. Give me a 10. Give me a 10, shooter. 8, 3, 5. Oh, that rolled on me. That was, it shows 3, 1. It's 3, 3, 5. There it is. 3, 5. 3, 5. Okay. Not a good throw. 1, 2, 3. They slipped a little bit there. 2, 1. Come on, give me a 10. Give me that 10. That's another 8, 6, 2. I bet you we got repeaters on a couple numbers here. 2, 6, right? 2, 6. I'm telling you, the repeater bet, that's the best side bet in the game. It's the best side bet in the game. No question. All right. 2 and a 1. Here we go. There's the 7. Wow, we lost all of it. Isn't that hysterical? 6, 1. That was a 24 roller there. Not bad. 6, 1, 7. We lost every single bet, though. We made our paycheck early, which was good. But we lost 4 don't come bets. and finally lost out on the 7. So we make our $500, we make our paycheck. That's fantastic. Okay, let's do it again. This time I'll show it to you at the $25 level, so you can just see what it looks like. We'll do 160 across. More of a palatable level for most people. We'll do 160 across, like so. No rack. I'm just going to leave the rack empty here, and we'll just see how this rack builds up. Okay, 160 across, same system. Crappy the Craps Man, Butterburg. Can't believe it wins. Here we go. Get your bets in. Let's come on back out again. And let's have I like to have a more interesting run this time. That was fun, but this time I want to see the don't comes actually pay off a little bit. Here we go. Coming out. Nothing's working. Coming out. Oof. Big hit. It's an 8, 6-2. 6-2. We have a point of 8, 6-2. All right, here we go. First one. 100%, Dan, right? And I totally could have pulled all that money down. Remember I said I could have pulled all the money down whenever I wanted to, pulled them all down, had a grant, right? Let it play itself out. But yeah, can't believe it wins, right? Can't believe that thing wins when you're playing that way. It's a weird strategy. Here we go. This is the roll. The first 2 rolls here are the hard ones, right? Getting out of the gate with it is kind of hard. If you 7 out quick, it's a mess. There's a 2 and a 4. All right, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Oop, I got to refresh the roll tracker. Hold on. All right, 6, 2, 8. So 6, 2. Come on. What is happening here? 6, 2, 8. Why is nothing working? I think Crapsy's wrong. Crapsy has the puck off? No. 7, 8. Oh, I put the 8 in there twice. I'm sorry. That should have been a 4, 2, 6. I got to fix Crapsy. So it's a 6, 2, 8. And then it was a 4, 2, 6. Sorry about that. 2, 4, 2, 4. My bad. And then a 2, 4. I just typed them in badly. All right, and a 2, 4. Okay, now we're back to normal. Get your bets in now. I'll rethrow. Here we go. So the 6 happens. Sorry about that. Pays $35, and again, it comes down, right? And we come through the DC with a quarter. So you abandon your spot and bring money back every time. Abandon ship and come to the don't. And again, last time we did this, we picked off every don't. This time, hopefully, we'll have a better rhythm to it. And let's go. That looks like another 6, 4, 2. Alrighty, 4, 2. And the 4, 2. That don't come. Travels behind the 6. And here we go. Two or 3 hits in, and you start feeling like you're locked on making some money. Let's go. That's the 10 we were looking for last time. 5, 5, 10 hard. 5 and a 5. All right, I'm going to pay it $50 for 1. There's a nickel. So 4 change on the VIG. This will get paid $50. We abandon our spot. Come to the don't. Here we go. Oof, big split. It's a yo, 6-5. Oh, we lose our don't. That sucks. That sucks. The DC has to lose. Bummer. So this time the rhythm is going to be really bad. 6-5. Because we're not going to get the nice thing is when the don't comes travel and they get paid as they travel, we're not going to get that. We're going to be in a weird spot here. But hey, that's why we play it out, right? Let's go. Seven out. Okay, so now we lose it all. What happens here, though? What happens here? We lose all this mess in here. This does come down and get paid $25. So we went out 160, and look at this. That shitty ass roll that we had, right? We lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 125, 135, 139, right? We actually only lost like $19 or whatever that was, 21 bucks, right? Even though it didn't work out at all for us, right? We basically not tied, but we didn't get killed. That's super interesting, right? We're only down whatever the hell this is, right? 50 or 11 bucks. Is that right? 11 bucks? Yeah, 11 bucks. No, 21 bucks. We're down 21 bucks, right? In a terrible rhythm. That was. Lost the DC on the way out, right? I mean, early 7. This is an interesting way to do this. I think it's fun. All right, let's do it one more time. We have time for one more? It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, I can do one more run through. So that time we lost 21. Let's just remember that. Okay? Remember the loss. 617. I'll put that in for you. Get your next set of bets in. 6-1. Puck is off. And I'll put 21 bucks aside as our loss, so we don't forget how much we lost. And here we go. We'll do it. This will be last shooter. So everybody go full degen. This is it. Last shooter in the house, closing down the table. Time to rail dump. Here we go. Excuse me. Rail dump time. Ooh, ugly throw. 7 on the come out. 3, 4. Okay. Can't see it. It's a 6-5 yo. Frontline winner again. 6-5. Throws are getting kind of ugly here. All right, there's a 1, 2, 3 on the come out. Boy, we're just going to be fighting for a come out number here, huh? 2, 1, 3. Maybe this is going to be a very short roll. We'll see. Is that an indicator of things to come? Or is that going to be get the junk out of the way now and have a big fatty at the end here? Huh? What do we think? Oh my God, look at these things bouncing all over the place. Not clean at all today. 6-4. Earlier I was feeling good. Right now the throw's feeling like garbage. 4-6. And that's a 4-6. Here we go. The game is afoot. Let's get it done. Yeah, it's called I Can't Believe This Wins by Crappy the Craps Man. It's basically the Butterburg, but you're going through the don't on your wins. That's kind of what it is. Here we go. Just the version of that Butterburg style of play. Here we go. Better looking toss. There's a 9. 5, 4. All right, that's going to pay Oh, no, wait, that's the point. Is that the point being set? No, the point's 10, sorry. The 9 pays 35. Okay, my puck was bad. $35 on the 9 comes down. Into the don't we go. Let's have better rhythm this time. Huh? Let's have a little better rhythm on this shooter. Here we go, dice are out. Can't believe it's not butter. There you go, VDT. That's what it is. Can't believe it's not butter. I love it. All right, let's go. That's a 3. There you go. That gets back that one we lost earlier. Remember we got picked on the 11? 2, 1, 3. I'll take that. I'll take it. Free quarter for Johnny. Here we go. Last time the 11 beat us. This time the 3 gets us. So we're call it a wash, right? That quarter eats up the $21 that we lost last time. We'll call that where the tie happens, right? All right, here we go. Too many horns. This shooter has all the horns. Look at all 3 horns and a 7 on this shooter. It's crazy. All right, come on now. That looks like an 8 hod. 4, 4. Square pair. Like and subscribe. Jake and Rob. 4, 4. Okay, so that will travel behind the 8. The 8 gets paid $35. It comes down. Next DC bet. Don't look now, but there's $100 in the rack. Don't look now. Maybe it's going to do its thing. I don't know. I like this part. Let's get a couple of DCs set, and then you feel like you're actually doing something smart. Here we go. Hard 4. That's good. That's a good one right there. 2, 2. I like that. I like that. DC travels behind the 4. The 4 comes down. Gets paid 50 for 1. Let's drop a nickel out of our rack. We'll get back 4 change. 25 more in the don't. 50 coming back to the rack. And guess what, folks? We have our money back. Almost. We're almost money back. Like I said, don't look now. But I can't believe it wins is going to win. Pretty sure it's going to win. Here we go. Here we go. How about another ace deuce? What do you think? Another freebie in the don't? That'd be nice. 5, 1, 6. That's going to work. 5, 1. I love it. 5 and a 1. Great. DC travels behind that 6. Look at this. Look how strong the 7 is right now, right? 6 comes down, gets paid $35. 25 more in the don't. The rest of it comes back. And just in case you were curious, that is a quarter. There's 100, 150. There's 160. Here's $25, right? If I put that over here, that's $4 back to the profit side. So we have our money back from the last shooter. We're recovered. We got our money back, and we've got now $8 in locked profit between both shooters. I got my money back. I have $8 in locked profit, including what we lost on the last guy. And here we go. We're coming out of the don't one more time. We have 3 bets on the 7. We have the 5 and the 10 working for us. Just make magic. Let's just make some magic over here. Can't believe this wins. That's what Crappy says when he plays it. He's like, can't believe I'm winning. I don't know what's going on here, but it just the way the flow goes, it works itself out, right? That is an 11. Damn it, dude. Fuck. Nothing worse than an 11 when you're in the don't come. I don't mind the 7. I hate losing to an 11. I hate losing to an 11. Just so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. Ugh. 5, 6. And it's easily rectified, right? You could hedge that thing out with your whites, you know what I mean? But God, it's just so frustrating, the 11. Here we go. What do I need? I need a 5 or a 10, right? A 5 or a 10 would be great right now. 5 or a 10, how about it? Or the 7 works too. 4, 3, 7, that's okay. Let's move it over here so you can see it. 4, 3, 7. That'll be our last hurrah there. 4, 3, 7. It's a 4, 3, 7. It's a lot of shooting. We'll lose these 2, but we're going to win on those 3. 1, 2, 3. Bam, bam, bam. $75. And guess what? Your profit for the day, 135, 155, 158 in profit, right? It feels like we got burned and it wasn't going very well, but look at that. Got our money back. We made 138. Can't believe this wins. It's literally the best name for a strategy ever because it shouldn't win, but it freaking does. All right, let's go back. Don't go away yet. I want to show you the stats. I want to take a look at that first shooter and just confirm my suspicions. So let's turn the light off. Come on back over here and go to the monitor. And give me a second to pull up my browser, Firefox. Let's see. Let's pull this up, and this is this. Make sure I refresh the screen. All right, the last shooter we just had was here. There was the 11 followed by the 7. Nothing fantastical there. The one before that, I think, was the short one, which wasn't great. The one before that was the good one, right? And yes, suspicions confirmed. Repeater 5, repeater 8. Repeater 5, repeater 8. Now, I'm going to show you something, okay? I thought I was there. I wasn't 100% sure. And by the way, aggregate, I'm at roll 261. SRR is almost 10. The BSR is almost 7. Pretty good. I'd love for this to be 8. Wouldn't it be cool if that was 8? Let's do a repeater 5 and a repeater 8. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8s, and 5 5s. Okay, let's remember 7 8s, 5 5s. Let's go back to the box. Let's come in here. Let me get this closed down. Hold on one second. Close that. Let's run it out. I want you to see what that looks like in reality. Okay, if you had done what I say, let's just say that we were at the stadium. I'll do a $5 version of it. I'll do a 5 and a 10, right? Let's just do the 5, okay? If you went at Stadium Craps, 32 across, right? Maybe you did 160 across and took one roll and went 32 across, which you can do on a stadium machine, right? And at the Palms, you can do $5 bets now, right? Let's take the 5. We hit 5 5s, right? And let's not forget everything else that happens in that same roll, okay? But 5 5s, the first 5 pays $7, right? Drop 3, you're going to power press the first time. Drop 3, so it goes to $15. That was the first 5. The second 5, 15 pays 21. We're going to press it up. It's going to look like 35. We have $1 change from that. That's our second 5. Our third 5, 35 pays 50 for 1. Third 5. Now we have the $50. Bet looks you got to press it all the way up, right? Bet looks like $85. Okay. Now 85 with the fifth 5, or the fourth 5, whatever, right? Pays 105 plus 14 feels like 119. If I drop another $1 from my rack, that's 120. And we'll press the whole damn thing up. So it's 175. We'll make it look like $200. We'll keep the $5 as change. That was our starting bet plus a couple of those power presses, right? 200 pays 280, 275, 280. So those 5s, right? Had you been doing the do-it-yourself repeater side bet, $5 5 turns into 375, 380. Okay. At the same time on that shooter, the 8 rolled. How many times? 8 8s we had, right? Whatever one hit first, you pull the other one down, and you're out of here for probably $500-600, maybe $1,000 in profit, right? The DIY repeater at the $5 level, I say this all the time. The repeater bet is better than the ATS. I hit the repeaters every single day. I hit some number from my repeats every single day. every day. You watch my shows, you see it enough. I get one number goes off every freaking day. Way more hittable than the ATS, which I haven't hit on this show. I haven't hit a tall, small, or all in probably 10 shows, but I've hit a repeater bet every single day. That's a better way, right? If you're going to do a side bet only kind of hero play, that's not too bad, right? Now the 8, by the way, at $6, we can do it for funsies. What would be a $12 8, right? How would that have played out over 8 rolls, right? We'll just collect the repeater, right? First 8 pays 14, right? You can just straight press it, right? We'll take the cap and go to 24 with it, right? That's your first one. Your second one, 24 pays 25, $28. Okay, that's the second 8. And what are we going to do? 25, 45, $48. Okay? Yeah, 48 will take 4 back. Now, we do have enough money with our ones to go to 56, right? If you want to be that guy, go to 56. It's not that tough of a press. You've got the money to do it. 55, 56 bucks, and there you go. That's the second hit. Okay? Third hit pays 65, $66. Okay, now where are we going to go? We can go to 100 and let's see, we go to 90, we can go to 100. I don't have enough money to go to 118. I do, 118. We'll go to 118. 100, no, 108. Yeah, we'll do 108. We'll do 108. We'll do $108 with 2 change. Now again, I can take 6 of that and press it up. We'll just keep that as our power press mic. Okay, so now we're 118, right? Or 108 rather. Okay, the fourth 8. Okay, 108, right? 90 pays 105. 18 pays 21. Again, it's 119. Add $1, make it 120. And now I can be at 210. Nice easy bet. Or I can go if I want to 228. Let's keep it at 210. We'll keep it simple. We'll take some of this back here just to kind of keep safekeeping, whatever. I could go from 210. I got 24 here. I could actually go to 234, whatever. We'll keep it at 210. Nice and simple. Okay. 210 pays 245. The fifth hit on the 8, 245. And now 300, 25, 350, go to 360. Again, from a $10 bet. The magic hit, the number 6, which is the repeater level hit, pays 420. 420. And guess what? You're out of here on that 8 for 600 bucks from $12, right? The repeater bet, if you can burn the money, again, $5 table, 32 across, 160 across for 1 hit, go 32 across. You're trying this for free, essentially, right? This is a better side bet at $5 per number than the ATS all day long. I play this all day long if I could. I love it, and I'm not saying prove, it's the wrong word to use, but every day I demonstrate my ability, or what I see is that bet pays off more often than the ATS for me. I think it's very interesting and fun to watch that thing run out because I can feel it coming when it's coming. It just seems like it hits more. So there it is. There's what that roll could have looked like from $5 and $10 bets. Just hammer press the repeaters as a side bet, not as your main play, but as a side bet. Very cool, right? Roll to win. Loves that, right? That's it. Roll to win, $5, right? Bubble craps, $1. You can go $1 minimums. Let's go back here. You can go $1 minimum on bubble craps. $6 across, right? The 6 and 8 end up paying 90 to 1. You take $1.08 like we just did, that end result would have been 90 bucks, $93 or something like that, right? It's a fantastic way to kind of just kick back and let juice happen, magical juice happen, right? It doesn't happen often on bubble or on all shooters. I know me, I tend to see this all the time. So that's why I keep pointing it out. I think it's interesting. So there we go. Oh my God, the honest man, that's funny. That is funny. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Time for the rail dump. I forgot I said that. That's funny. All right, I'm out of here. It doesn't seem like the numbers should repeat, though. They doesn't, but they do, right? The outlier is something goes off, right? In 10 cracks at it, somebody's going to have one number go repeat level, right? And if you're going 32 across 10 times, it's 320. If any number goes repeater, it's $500. You're going to win your money back, right? It's just, again, it's a side bet. It's not the way to go play, but it's a great little fun side bet. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. It's 8:20. Have a great rest of your hump day. And I'll see you tomorrow for, tomorrow's going to be a Thursday throwdown. I'm not sure what to do. Butterburg versus something tomorrow, but we'll have fun with it no matter what. In the meantime, folks, love y'all and have a great Wednesday. Bye.